Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I don't know if we'll have a small group today because it's a holiday week. I probably should have skipped today, but Corinne Hutchinson had sent me a really fun bird to paint, a New Year's bird, so I thought we had to do this. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Anita. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Chris. How are you guys? Are you having a wonderful holiday week? It is nice to have the week off, although we've been super busy. My son ended up having his girlfriend had COVID over Christmas, so we took them Christmas dinner to Baltimore on the day after Christmas on Sunday, and then my daughter just moved into a new house, so we helped her move out of her old house on Monday and helped them move into their new house on yesterday. So they've been long days. Hi, Gail. Oh, thank you. You know I love doing this. I'd be doing this whether you were with me or not, actually. I still try to fit these in. I just ran out of my little 4x4s, and I keep thinking I need to push myself into doing more large paintings. I really have to. Oh, thank you, Ellen. It is. It's a charming old house. It needs some love, but it's got good bones and lots of charm. That's all I look for in a house, actually. Hi, Chris. So let me show you. Oh, what else was I saying? Something. Oh, well, I lost my thought. That's probably going to happen today more than normal because I'm extra tired. But yeah, I need to paint larger paintings because I have a show in Philadelphia that I'm part of. I think it's either January or February. I've got to load all those paintings in and organize everything, and then I have to work for. Hi, Michael. Oh, I know that stonework is gorgeous, isn't it? I love, love, love that. It's actually in her dining room, like the back area of the house. It's the whole inside wall. It's so pretty. All right, let me turn this around. So Corinne sent me this to paint. Oh, look at those shadows. Oh my goodness. Let me figure this out. It's a little New Year's bird. Hi, Susie. How are you? Give you a job in my studio. Yeah, I need someone to help me. Yeah, wouldn't that be wonderful? One of these days, I'll be able to have somebody help me. Good morning, Emily. MX Smith is my daughter that just moved into her new house. How was it sleeping in the new house last night? Are you working this morning? Okay, so I think I'm ready. Hi, Nancy. How are you? All right. I got my brush ready. Oh, good. Yeah, Michael on here, M, was just saying how much he loved that stonework in your house. It is so pretty. So this painting is mostly, I love all these colors, like the greens and the blues, and it's very cool. There's very little, this kind of warm, but then the light areas are very cool and pale blues. And then I'm going to do like kind of a neutral background. Yeah, it's so fun. Okay. Birds are already fun. They're even more fun when they're wearing hats. Right. Yeah, Nancy, I loved all your pictures. Looked like you had a great holiday. I say had. It's not over yet. We still get to relax a little bit more. I'm hoping to paint today. Have some time to. I didn't have as much time in the studio as I was hoping, but maybe today. All right, I have to think about. My brown paint is dry. I was organizing my paints and putting fresh paint out, but I missed that today. Emily wants me to do a great big cow for her house. I'll have to put that on my list of goals for sometime this spring. do his apologize, my throat's a little wonkier than normal this morning. So how is everyone? What was your favorite gift? Did anybody get art supplies for Christmas? That's a hard thing, I guess, to get as a gift. It's hard to pick that out for if you're not an artist, for an artist. Although last year I got my son's girlfriend does a lot of watercolors, and I got her watercolors. And actually my niece's little girl too. So that was fun to do the research and figure out what to buy them. Green. Very light beak, yes. And you can hardly, it's actually, so, she put this hat on here for me, so the beak's going to have to come up. I didn't even think about that, Nancy. A magnified light table. Oh, that's fun. Is it a magnified light table? Huh. Fleet carving tools I wanted. Oh, that's fun. Art books. Oh, what books did you get? Yvonne, did you look at them yet? Did you get some favorites? Maybe I'll put where my scarf's going to go. My husband gave me money. That works, Anita. That's perfect. Yeah, it doesn't actually have to be the art supplies. The money for the art supplies definitely counts. I ordered myself some Nova paints and Crayon Dash pastels. Oh, good, Michael. You'll love them. Oh, all fun. They were purchased in Paris. Oh, what was? Oh, the books were. Wow. Were you there? That's so fun. So, Michael, the Crayon Dash oil pastels, are they hard? Oil pastels. Can you use them in oil paints? Are those cute little things? I have them somewhere here, I think. I think that's what they are. They're so pretty. What did I do with mine? I don't know. Oh, here, these. No, these are Sennelier ones. I love these, too. I hardly ever use them, but I love the little bowl I have them in. They look so pretty. Art supplies are so beautiful. All right, I'm thinking about what I'm doing here. I'm kind of off task this morning. I got a book as well and bought myself Handmaid's paper sketchbook. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I love that. I was just looking at a handmade paper sketchbook right before I came on here. I was looking at Uppercase Magazine. Do any of you get that? They're like Chanel, but a little harder. Oh, okay. They might have to experiment with how they draw it. Do you ever get this magazine? I love this magazine. I've gotten it like for almost as long as it's existed. And there was cute little sketchbooks in here. Let me see. Let's see. Aren't they fun? This is such a great magazine. It's full of like just fun inspiration, and it's about art and illustrations and studio spaces. Who doesn't love looking at everybody's studio spaces? Right? Should I do that background? That's kind of I have trouble thinking about what I want. When I want my background to be that neutral, I don't want to put too much color in it, but I do like to kind of make it wet. So I'm just gonna put a neutral back here. Yeah, Nancy, so I have to remember to make that beak come up over like that. It's kind of a different color palette, but I love it. Let me see. Vaughn said my stepdaughter was there for the holidays and they brought beautiful museum beautiful, and house books from the area. Oh, isn't that fun? That's certainly a wonderful, unique gift. I put too much. My medium was too wet right there. So the oh, Anita, it's called Uppercase Magazine. See, I think it ships from Canada. I think I've subscribed to it almost as long as it's existed. You're welcome. All right, I want to get my dark areas in here. So he has like feathers. Here. I got a tablet, so now I can try out the grid. Oh, good, Nancy. That's a fun gift. Mine's getting old. That's okay. It still works. It's all that matters. Okay, I think that's enough of that. I'm going to close up my medium. Do you keep all your magazine? Yes, I actually do. I think probably have all my Uppercase magazines. A lot of other ones I get rid of. I'm looking on my bookshelf, but I probably do have all of them. But when I moved my office, when COVID happened and I closed my office and moved to my house, I had to get rid of a lot of art stuff. Like books. Like I had so many cool graphic design books that I collected over the years. But it's hard to get rid of that stuff, but I couldn't bring it all with me. Whoops, hold on one second. I have to close this door. Sorry about that. Makes noise. The heat was coming on and making a lot of noise. Well, there's not really any reds in here, but I do like to add a little bit of that. Kind of my signature colors. Good morning, Allie. How are you? I haven't gotten as much time to paint this week. I ordered stockings to knit, Christmas stockings for the mantle, and they didn't come yet, which is, I think, a mixed blessing, because that would be taunting me to work on that if they were here. That's cool. I'm going to put a cooler color over here. Oops. I think that's a good start. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little more like pulled out because I loved everything that was going on down here. So I didn't want to zoom in too much on his face because I would have missed a lot of this fun detail down in here. All right, so I'm going to mix colors now. So I need mostly blues and greens and kind of warm and cool and something to do with the black hat, but I'll probably mix in what I do with his body into his hat a little bit. So I'm going to move my camera over here. I need a lighting expert. I say that every week. I need someone to come help me light my studio so I don't have all this glare. Cleaning up all my paint that I used that has the medium in it so that I don't have anything too wet on my palette. And now I put some different blues out here just to play with too. Move this. that better? That's probably worse. Let me go this way. That's a little bit better, right? Is it bright enough? Hi, Lonnie. How are you? Oh, I should have put a little bit of this up. I wonder if I have it here in front of me. I put my paints away and then I can't find them. You know how that is. Put a little bit of this out if there's anything left. I need kind of a lighter blue other than my... That's a little cooler than that other purple was, but that's okay. Yeah, when I put everything away, then I can't find it. But you can't have everything in the world out. That wouldn't work either. I'm going to try and make like a... kind of a brownish, grayish... in there. Sip of my coffee. So where's everybody from this morning? I'm going to do more of that. I think that was Tort Gray. I'm going to put a little bit of more of that out. That'll be nice in the background. That would be good lighting to use for painting. I don't have curling lights, so I'm curious what good lighting to paint when it's dark. Yeah, I paint early in the morning. Virginia, Michigan, balmy. Nashville, balmy sounds amazing. Maryland, although we haven't had a cold winter at all so far. Baja. MX, is that Michigan? Mississippi, Allie's in New York. Sometimes to get like a nice gray color, you just have to kind of experiment and mix a bunch of random colors together and see what you get. But that's a nice gray. I like that, but I need it, a little bit of it over here. I need to make it a little warmer. I think I need more of this brown. Wilmington, North Carolina, New Jersey. AC is on. That's hard to even imagine. But sounds amazing. Oh, Baja, Mexico. Yes, yes. That makes sense. See, that warmed that up. That's nice. Okay, some more kind of grays. I'll put that down here. Go a little lighter. Boone, North Carolina. Texas, Seven Lakes, North Carolina. Cross Hills, Ontario. I feel like I don't have enough paint. I'm going to make this a little blue. So they're nice grays. I feel like I need a little bit more here. This isn't quite enough, I don't think. Clean my knife off. You always have to, if you're going into lighter colors, or any color, you really should remember to clean your palette knife off with your paper towel. Because there is a lot of neutral in there. So there's a really cool blue and his feathers. It looks a lot like this. I'm gonna do that and lighten it a little bit. Iran, Tehran. Wow. Advanced, North Carolina. Did I miss anybody? That's nice. Thanks for getting up with me in the middle of a holiday week to do this. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? I'm going to lighten that a little more. What colors did you use for the gray? Gosh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I think I used a little bit of everything. I used a little bit of black, and I think I used my Video Blue Extra Pale. There probably was a little bit of this blue in there. Actually, I used a little bit of this. It's very warm, but it's Tort Gray, which is sort of an odd mix of colors. It was a random experiment, really. So I do these little cards when I'm going slow enough. I make these little cards where if I mix a color and I love it, I'll write down what I used. This is Violet Gray and Gamblin Titanium Buff together. And I'll make these little cards so that if sometime I'm trying to make a color, I can pull it out and be like, oh, that's what I need. And it's not like, I'm pretty good at mixing the colors from my general palette that I mostly always use. But sometimes you can't get to that color. Like we were talking about that last week about reds. Like if you want a true red, you can't mix that like with magenta and permanent rose. You'll never get to it. Well, they're all great. So I need a little bit more dark, like maybe dark black. I'll mix a little bit of this in there. A little blue. And then I'm also going to need greens for his scarf and very light lights for his face, which could go in this tone. Yeah, reds are challenging. Let's do a couple of greens. This is the green I had left over from the rose I painted yesterday. And I got a commission for another one, so I'm going to paint that again today, I think, when I finish here. I like that his scarf's a little muted, so I'm going to add a little bit of red in there to tone that back a little bit. Get too red, maybe a little too red. My greens are dry. That's nice. Okay. Always comes a point when I need to clean all these paints off and put fresh out. Some people, like, you ever see artists, they just let their paint, like, build up, like, over time, and then they have these piles of, like, dry paint with a little bit that's wet. Oh, yes, thank you, Ellen. Yeah, I don't know why I always find roses so challenging, but, yeah, I got a commission, so I'm going to do it again. And actually, my friend took that photo at Hershey Butterfly Garden, I think. And I've had it kind of sitting in my to-do list, in my to-do pile of photos inside my iPad for probably half a year. And yesterday, it just felt like the right time. And I did love how it turned out. And I enjoyed the process. It's enjoying the process. That's a big part of it. What do you think? I think I'm close to have what I need. I think that's light for his nose. I have my grays, blues, my black. Oh, do you like that, Irma? Thanks. It's not irritating like nails. Like nails on a computer, keyboard. All right. There we go. Back up where we belong. And now I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Now we have a lot of glare on there. Is that? Let me see if I turn this. That's better or worse? That's better. I think some of that glare went away, right? I see people piling up paint like that. I can't do it. Yeah. Yeah, same. Yeah, I get that old. Plus, it takes up a lot of space on my palette that I don't want to commit to just being piled like that, I guess. Wait, let me think here. I'm mixing just a little bit more. I forgot to make like a color for the background. But I'm not crazy about what I just did. Okay, I'm just going to let that go for now. What is the place for mixing the colors made of? Oh, a palette? Is that what you're asking? Oh, I should pop in where his little eyes are. That's always a very important part. So this eye is really way over here. This one's up higher. And then his nose is going to be... How long will colors last without drying out? With covering, yes, I do cover them just with the plastic. It's actually a Tupperware cupcake lid that I've had forever. The blues and browns, like the ones to the right of my palette, the greens, blues, browns, all dry out more quickly than the reds and the purples and the yellows do. I guess it's what they're made of. Like, I don't really understand all of that. It'd be interesting to learn it, but they dry out at different rates, so definitely I run out. I need to replace my dark colors much more often than my lighter colors. Look at where my dark areas are. I always go in with my darks first. A little shadow underneath the I love when paint's like kind of already there, like my strokes of my RNF pigment sticks, and I can just kind of pull things out. I always love the feel of kind of doing that. And it's kind of a hard push and pull because I also love letting some of the transparents and some of those colors show through in the end. So it's almost like you have to kind of dance around a little bit and not let it all. I like to let the whole painting kind of come up at the same time. Is that an app you use? Yes, this is an app called Grid Hashtag. It's very simple to use, and yep, that's how I grid my images. Maybe I'll make his little scarf stop a little sooner here. Okay. Love his little top hat. And I need to, his eyes definitely need to be a little larger. I think this one needs to come over to the left a little bit, but I'm going to just kind of block in my background now and keeping it very neutral. It's always good to step back or squint at what you're working on too. I try not to squint too much because I think it make my eyes get wrinkly, but squinting and stepping back to take a look is always a good idea. And looking through your phone, like I look through my phone when I have it sitting here like this when I'm painting with you guys, because it gives me a little bit more perspective of how it really looks. And I don't mind even if some of the white of the what's underneath comes through. But I try not to let my grid show. Although I don't really care if it would, because that's part of the charm of the whole thing. It's showing the process of how it all comes together, really. Oh, that's very dark down here, these feathers. Hi, Kim. How are you? This is the New Year's bird. Does anybody have plans for New Year's? You guys staying in? He is so cute. Does have a little bit of a... Oh, that's fun. Belated Merry Christmas. Hi, Jane. Emily's unpacking her house. That's a big project. Yes. But you'll be good at that. I was thinking about that all night. All right. Let me work on his eyes a little bit. I think they're distracting me because they need a little... Well, let me... Yeah, no. Work on his eyes. I think this one needs to come over a little. It's a little hard to see, but there is like a little highlight in there for sure. And in 70s, oh, I can't wait to see your pictures, Nancy. That will be fun. I love the 70s. Go with this little bit of my lighter blue in here. What time is it? 8:33. Oh, good. I was feeling like I was running out of time, but I'm not. Not at all. Whoops. That's blending a little bit too much here. Let's see. I'm actually bringing his beak up over his hat brim. I'm going to pull this, a little bit of my paint off. I'm using this little Kimber wipeout tool because it's too wet. And as I put white paint on there, it's just turning gray. And I want it pretty white right there. I feel like his eye's too close over to the middle. What do you think? I think I'm overthinking it. I don't want to... His little tiny eyes are so important because that's what kind of gives the whole bird personality. It's a hard mix of like doing just enough but not putting so much that it gets too tight. His right eye maybe too far to the right or too far to the left. I don't know. Let me pull this back out and add in what's happening around it a little bit more. Oops. Let's go darker here. This eye, or this eye, on my right. This eye is probably too close to the beak. Let's move that over. And listen to my intuition, right? Hi, Barb. with a little highlight in there. That was too much. So sometimes, like if you put a dollop of the paint there to make like a highlight, if it's too much, then you just gently push up into where you just were. And that balances it out. If that made any sense. It's actually then taking away the paint ever so slightly. Yes, intuition is why is it so hard to listen to it? It is always right. No matter what it is, I'm thinking, I don't feel like doing that, but yes, you need to. Now I need some of those lights over here. All right, let me work on the scarf a little bit. I have this light blue in here. Like I love even that hint of blue right there. Yeah, I love the different blues. Me too. Kim, they're so pretty. I want to make sure it kind of feels a little bit dimensional too. And he's got these fun white spots. I don't want to forget to do that. So those things that make you the most unique and the most different, the things that make you the most different are your most unique qualities. And we all try to hide them, don't we? Not so much now as I've gotten older, but... I'm going to have a sip of my coffee and just kind of look at him for a minute. I need some more definition in his little scarf. I love the little fringes. He's got little fringes on here. It's fun just to add, like I never want to add too much detail, but I love little bits of it because that does give something personality. I've got stripes here. Not quite. Yeah, that's fun. And this is dark in here. Let me make sure this is... Like, I don't want to get lost in the details, but we do need to add a little bit of that really fun detail of his, those white spots. And down in here, he's got some really cool white spots too. Make a little shadow underneath. Yeah, it is fun to look for colors that maybe aren't totally there, but add that personality. And that's trusting my intuition. Like kind of when I'm doing that. That's really what I'm doing. That gives a lot of personality, the little spots on his tail. And blue up here. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm getting ahead of myself. Excuse me. Realizing that I don't use a light touch. Yeah, well, I just didn't there, and you see what happened. Yeah, light touches, like, it's kind of a mix of being spontaneous but intentional. Like, I want my brush strokes to be very intentional, but I don't want to get so caught up in it that I feel like I lost this underneath part of this. I got to work on his eyes a little bit more. Like, I like intentional brush strokes, but not to the point of being labored. Spontaneously intentional. Is there such a thing? That's probably exactly what I go for. I don't know if there's such a thing as spontaneous, intentional, spontaneously intentional. His eyes look like the right size now. Okay, I need to do some of these kind of little fun things in his feathers, and then I need to do a little more detail in his cap, in his New Year's hat, top hat. Holding my breath again. Yes, I'm holding my breath. Can you hear me doing it? I like that little red showing up there. It has like kind of two things of lightness happening. Not doing a very straight line today. Let me soften that a little bit. He is so cute. What should his name be? This needs to be lighter here. What does he look like? Does it need anything else? Mr. Blue. Walter. That's a fun old-fashioned name. Fred. Fred Astaire. You like that too? Chris and Ellen both say, Fred, you paint so many blessings. Oh, Kim, you'll laugh at it. It's just like a drying rack in my furnace room. And they really do. These little ones, because they're on paper, they dry very quickly. Birdie Burl. Burl's fun, like Burl Ives. Just a little. The tiniest little bit of like, so that you kind of know that's the underneath of his beak. It has that little, I could go just a smidge dark. Dapper Dan. You remember Dapper Dan? I bought that for my nephew when he was little. Dapper Dan. Craig was probably a little boy, and now he's in his 50s. It's crazy. How did I get this old? And there's a white there. Now I'm starting to fuss. I don't think that do you see anything I need to do? Maybe a little bit here at his tail. I don't want to go, if I keep fussing with it, then I will kind of do something wrong and be like, oh, you should have just stopped. Mr. Magoo, that's a fun name. There, I think that's good. I think I need to sign it. And maybe a little, see, I always see one more little thing. One more thing. Oh, too much on my brush there. Yep. Green. I could always Albert. Oh, I like that too. All right. It's not getting better. It's just changing. So I'm going to sign it. Well, I love his tail and this too. I don't know. I'll just go over it. All right, and now I'll pull the tape off. It's a very different color palette for me, but I love it. There he is. Should his name be Fred, Albert? It's so fun, right? So there's my reference from Corinne Hutchinson. Here's my guy, and that's my very simple palette. And thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I hope you have a wonderful couple of days off and you get time to relax and have fun and inspire your creativity doing fun things. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Kim. So I will save this hopefully today, and I'll put the reference image if you guys want to paint it also. I'll put it on my on the blog page of my website. No, that's something else. I have to work on my website again this week because I've got to unchristmasize it. Yes, Happy New Year's, guys, and I look forward to painting with you all in the new year. So thanks for coming. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Have a great day.